if his brother embodies video game heroism, Luigi embodies, well, originally he was the same body, with different colored sprites. And that's somewhat indicative of the career poor Luigi Mario has had. I mean, come on, Luigi Mario? He can't even sign a check without being reminded of his brother. He may be famous, but Luigi has lived his entire life as player 2.
Oh, no.
So what then would you call this? Overdue? Surprising? Whatever you go with, be sure to savor the moment, because after 3 decades of playing second fiddle, the chartreuse chicken himself is finally getting the spotlight. Luigi's Mansion is back, only this time, it's one of the best games on its system. Take a bow, big guy.
Wow!
Well, at least success hasn't changed him. It's not that Luigi's Mansion was a bad game, it's just, this one's better. In fact, it's a lot better. All the criticisms people had about the original, well, apparently Nintendo kept them in a shoebox all these years, because a decade later, they've released the game the first Luigi's Mansion should have been. Dark Moon picks up with a very familiar face. Professor E. Gadd, the lovably childlike paranormal investigator, is in his lab doing paranormal investigations. All of a sudden, his friendly ghost assistants become a bit less friendly. I mean, they walk through the wall with no time to stall. You call the... Well, that's who you call. Yeah, I think the area where Dark Moon makes the most improvements over the original is presentation, and it's not just the aesthetics. I mean, the game's absolutely gorgeous, the music is amazing and sets the perfect mood, but the real highlight is the game's personality. Luigi's just so endearing. The way he reluctantly stumbles through the mansion, anxiously humming along with the music, always cowering. Luigi comes to life in a way no Nintendo character ever has. And that includes Big Brother. As for the gameplay, well, Dark Moon makes improvements there as well. Like the original, this is really just an adventure game. It's like Maniac Mansion, but with more direct control and combat inspired by Ghostbusters. But what's interesting is that the game's been streamlined. The controls are simpler, and it's split into levels this time, but the game's also more complex. Luigi only has a flashlight and a vacuum cleaner, but combined, it's just stunning how much you can do with them.
Oh, yeah!
Actually, this is just a stunning game, period. Its puzzles are consistently clever, and its 5 mansions are just teeming with secrets to uncover and treasures to find. This game is bigger and more complex than the original, defined by an incredible attention to detail. With every room, it gets more engrossing. With every pixel, it gets more beautiful. With every one of Luigi's mumbles and stumbles, you smile a little more. Of course, it hasn't always been smiles for Luigi. It's been a decade since Nintendo launched the GameCube, not with a Mario game, but with Luigi's Mansion, which, in a perfectly Luigi twist of fate, would release to average reviews and usher in Nintendo's least successful home console ever. You could call it a disappointment. Luigi called it a sundae. He calls this redemption.
Ciao. Oh, yes! Oh, oh. I did it!